Tammy Lynn.
3年前笑翻大荧幕的蕾蕾伙伴又回来了。
Exactly. I don't know exactly what it was, but it felt disgusting. It was not fun to shoot that scene. I was completely terrified to do that. But and it's again one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, and people are going to talk about it for a long time, and it's just going to be something that I'm going to have to hear about.
Oh, wait. I'm going to take a picture and post it on Facebook.
What?
Hashtag Monday.
Help me!
It must be finished in one take, or
No,
no?
like 5 or 6 takes.
So you need to wash it.
Wash off, dry off, change clothes, get it out of your hair. Yeah, horrible. Go to the shower, come back, do it again.
Okay.
You guys are idiots.
Last time I interviewed with you for TED, you said you don't like singing and dancing in the movie.
2 things I don't like doing in movies, singing and dancing, and I had to do both in this movie.
But this time you still have some singing and dancing.
Yes.
Was there music to follow when you do the dance move?
Yeah, there was another scene where we sang and danced as well with the Thunder Buddy song with the big band, but it didn't make the final movie. But I think it was my mistake in saying that I didn't like to sing and dance, because now Seth keeps writing it in there. And I just did another movie with Will Ferrell called Daddy's Home that comes out at Christmas, and I had to do a big dance at the end. Like a big dance with like choreographers and practice, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Like hip-hop dance? Or?
Yes, but it's at a daddy-daughter dance, when the fathers take the daughter to the school dance.
Okay.
And it turns into this whole big dance, and again, it's people's favorite scene in the movie. So I think that's going to be a problem for me.
因为第1集女主角米拉库尼兹怀孕生小孩，这集换新生代女星亚曼达塞弗瑞做做看。不过2人同样有着宛如魔界骷髅上身的超大眼睛，难道是导演有偏好？
In TED?
Big gollum eyes. I had worked with Amanda on A Million Ways to Die in the West, and when we were reworking the story for TED 2, it became clear that we needed this lawyer character. This needed to be Mark's love interest, and I had worked with Amanda and had such a great experience working with her that she was just the first person that I thought of.
I joked, since we did A Million Ways, I joked to him about being a part of it. Like, how are you gonna write me in? You don't want me to... And it was always a joke. And then one day he was like, what are you doing in June? And I was like, I'm supposed to do this other movie, blah, blah, blah. And then it got closer to June and he was like, do you want to do this? And I was like, oh, you're serious? Well, it'd be weird to jump into a franchise because there's already a fan base. But, and there's no script. And so I don't know what I'm doing. I would just be like signing on blindly.
Yes, luckily for us, she has these big eyes that we can make fun of.
Let me drive for a little bit.
20 minutes.
Yay! Well, Sam, it's been 20 minutes. You want to take over?
和第1集一样，导演赛斯麦克法兰亲自担任熊麻吉配音，动作则是运用动态捕捉导演神韵。演员现场演出得先对着玩具熊搞懂正确的位置后，再拿掉熊对着空气正式来一次。
How was fighting with the imaginary Ted again?
Easier this time around, because we figured out, we learned on the job during the first movie. We made a lot of mistakes, but this time was a lot easier, but also a lot more fun.
How was the fight on your own?
Oh, yeah. That's when I always feel a little self-conscious, because it's kind of embarrassing, you feel like ridiculous that you're sitting there doing all this stuff, and but I had to trust in Seth. I remember when we made the first movie, I didn't think that the fight between he and I was going to work. And it ended up being one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, so what do I know?
Do you rehearse the move or just...
Yeah, you kind of rehearse everything, choreograph everything, and then, because like even when you're just doing scenes where he's running around and all that stuff, it's complicated. You got to know what's happening.
Fight with Ted, because there's nothing there, right?
Yeah.
It was really fun. Seth was off camera and providing, the voice of Ted, but you're acting with nothing. You get to rehearse with the stuffed animal, and then they take the stuffed animal away, and it's just it's empty space. So I was throwing frying pans and toasters and bottles and whatever else I could stake at him. And I think it really, the animation came out really, really great.
And you two have some kissing scenes. It look very natural. Do you practice a lot?
Yeah, that was the one thing that I wasn't sure how we were going to do because, again, there's nothing there. So it was really very technical. They told me where to put my hand and how to open my mouth or not open my mouth, how long to be there. So that was a bit awkward.
And which scene is the most challenging one for you?
The more emotional scenes are the more challenging because you have to really do your work and prepare and get to that point in a short amount of time because the scenes where I get really emotional are pretty short. So there wasn't that much time to get to that point. So that provided its own challenge.
This movie, the subtleties that they achieved with his face, particularly given the fact that his facial features are so simple, and you don't have this Lord of the Rings kind of Gollum big-eyed face where you can work with a lot of little pieces. This is, it's two little eyes and a nose and a mouth, and that's basically all they have to work with. And yet the expressiveness they get is astonishing. It's some of the best character animation that I've seen in a film to date.
It's hard. You get used to it after a while, but especially hearing Seth's voice come from somewhere else and your attention has to be focused in the opposite direction, it's really hard.
Have you ever have any imaginary friends or talk to your dog all the time?
Oh, I talk to my dog all the time. Oh my God, we have conversations. I mean, I just assume what he's gonna say, and because I know him really well, so I know what his body language is, but that's all he ever gives me. So I talk to him all the time.
除了亚曼达形影不离的爱犬，可是变成马克华伯格恶整他的最佳利器。谁叫亚曼达斗胆吓马克呢？
Oh, she's screaming while I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping very relaxed and waiting for the next setup, and all of a sudden she goes, ah! I'm like,
yeah, I jump out. I like to hide. A weird compulsion that I have.
But I got her back. I took her doggy.
Yeah, but she cried, right?
She cried like a baby.
He did. He did. But it's okay. He redeemed himself. He gave me back my dog, which is the only thing I've ever wanted. So never wanted something so bad in my life than to have my dog back.
So I was gonna keep the dog for a week, but she was crying so much. I was like, oh my God, she might have to go to the hospital. I mean, so I brought the dog back, but she didn't bother me after that.
Did you try to revenge more?
No. No, it stopped there. I will never prank him again.
熊麻吉是导演赛斯第一部长片就小兵立大功，成为2012年环球电影公司整年最卖的电影。这次超尺度再出击，压力真的有够大。
I never expected Ted to do what it did. I mean, I thought the idea was funny, and I knew how I wanted to execute it, but I didn't think it was I didn't know what it was gonna do. While we were filming Ted, I was living in fear of Bridesmaids because that movie had just come out, and it, just felt very new and fresh and funny and sharp, and I remember thinking, shit, our movie's gonna suck. Because it was an enormous success. It had made like $100 million, and I thought, God, if we can just get 2/3 of the way there, then I'll be happy. And lo and behold, we broke a whole bunch of records and wildly exceeded everyone's expectations. And I don't think you can ever predict that. I think there's an element of luck. I think coming up with a new story that would be true to the characters that Ted and John had become in the first movie, and keeping what the audience liked about the first movie, but at the same time giving them something new.
Guy.
This film has a lot of jokes on generation gap, like Frozen versus Rocky, but you're a father of 4 kids. You must be the expert of what kids love, right?
I have a good idea of what kids like. I watch a lot more kids movies than I do adult movies.
Like Frozen?
Yes, Frozen, of course. But then you have, you have the boys and the girls, so they're like two totally different things. So I just went to see Pitch Perfect 2 with my daughter.
You sing with them?
I didn't, but I sat through it the whole time. I just asked, I said, are you liking this? She's like, be quiet, Dad. I'm like, if you don't like it, tell me, we can leave. She's, Dad, shut up. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I sit there. But I like Anna Kendrick and I like Rebel Wilson a lot. I think they did a great job. And Elizabeth Banks, who directed the movie, her and I worked together. She played my wife in a movie, Invincible. So I was very proud of her directing.
Hey Taiwan, please go see Ted 2. You'll try not to disappoint you.
Hi Taiwan, I strongly recommend that you see TED 2 as soon as possible.
Hi Taiwan, please see TED 2. It's so much funnier than the first one, and I'm in it.
Wow. Hey, everybody in Taiwan, Mark Wahlberg here. Thank you for all the support for TED 1. It was a huge success, and I know if you like TED 1, you are going to absolutely love TED 2. It's bigger,